Hello and welcome to your Intermediate to Advanced course on Microsoft Project for Windows version 3. I'm your trainer Tom Hadley, and I'll be showing you throughout this video how to use the powerful features of this comprehensive project management software. The Australian video tutor learning system you are now using contains 3 separate elements to aid you in mastering a software program. Firstly, there is the video you are now watching. Secondly, there is the tutorial disc. And last but not least, there is the printed learning guide, which will help you to maximize the effectiveness of this multimedia learning system. Should your organization have a training officer or facilitator, we encourage you to refer any questions you may have to this person. Should your organization want to start a facilitation program, then we encourage the use of our facilitator's manual, which can be ordered through your local Australian video tutor distributor. To help you to learn effectively, we cannot stress the importance of reinforcement too strongly. At any point, if you don't completely understand what has been taught, we encourage you to rewind the videotape and follow me again until you're proficient. At the end of each relevant section, you will be encouraged to complete an exercise from the tutorial disc or learning guide. These exercises will help to reinforce what you have learned from the videotape. Please load your tutorial disc now onto your hard disk if you have not already done so. If you are unfamiliar with this procedure, instructions are contained in the first section of our Basic to Intermediate course. Once you've copied your files over, join me in the first section where we will be reviewing basic operations. Hello and welcome to section 1. In this section we're going to review the basic procedures in Microsoft Project. We're going to show you how to open Project from the Windows Program Manager, how to choose tables and views, and how to retrieve files. Let's do that now. Double click on the Microsoft Project icon, and in a short while Microsoft Project will appear. The welcome window first, and then the default view. In Microsoft Project, the main screen has 3 major components. A table over on the top left-hand corner here, and on the right-hand side, a Gantt chart, and beneath that, a detailed task form. You can design Microsoft Project views to suit your own requirements, and there are also views and tables available to you from the menu. Let's have a look at a number of different views. We'll choose the view item first, click on view, and let's have a look at a resource sheet view to begin with. You notice that this is at the top of the screen, but it would look more useful to us with some real data. So in order to do that, let's now open one of our sample files to show you what the views look like with some data. Click on File, Open, and scroll down the list until you find sample.mpp, a typical project for us to look at. Double click on Sample to open the file, and you'll see that the default screen appears, which is a table on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side a Gantt chart. At the moment, on the right-hand side, there are no tasks showing. The quick way to bring tasks into view is to simply use the keyboard, hold the Alt key down, and press the Home key at the same time. Alt Home will bring the bars onto the chart. You can also use the mouse, of course, for this by scrolling on the horizontal scroll bar at the bottom or using the right and left scroll arrows. Just to remind you of some of the other basic procedures within Microsoft Project, we can change the size of the table by using the mouse and dragging the vertical dividing line. We can also increase or create a lower screen down here on the bottom by placing the mouse at the interface, holding it and dragging it up into the middle. In the default view, in the bottom of the screen, we see a detailed task form. This form can be changed whilst in the bottom of the screen by choosing the Format item. But first of all, you need to make sure that the cursor is in that section of the screen. So place the mouse anywhere in the lower half of the screen and click, and you will notice that over on the left-hand side here that a bar of color shows up, indicating that the cursor is in this portion of the screen. We can now change the format of the lower area by choosing Format, and perhaps look at Resource Work. We now see tables of information in the lower section of the screen, giving us information about resources. The current task that we've chosen, Initial Planning, doesn't have any resources, so that no resources are currently showing in the bottom half of the screen. Let's choose a task which has some resources. Let's choose task number 4. And we notice that information about the task shows up in the bottom half of the screen, and information about resources associated with that also shows up.